chat after the service. It's good to see all of you today.
And I invite you to take a breath and settle in. And I just need one bit of housekeeping to be stated first. We have a little bit of a sound improvement, we hope. So there's a wire going all the way around. I just bring to your attention, if you leave the sanctuary through that arch, there's a wire, and it's covered with white tape. So it shouldn't be a trip hazard, but you've been warned. So again, welcome, and take a breath. And a breath is really helpful to help us settle from where we've been to where we are and why we're here.
So long, sad times, go long, bad times. We are rid of you at last. Happy gay times, cloudy gray times. You are now a thing of the past. Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. So let's sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. All together, shout it loud. There's no one who can doubt it now. So let's sing a word about it now. Happy days are here again. Your cares and troubles are gone. There'll be no more from now on. From now on, happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. So let's sing a song of cheer again. Happy times, happy nights, happy days are here again.
Happy. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Lake Chapala Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I am Robbie Bergman, serving as today's service associate. And this afternoon, David Rosh will be sharing our message, along with his friend Kermit. You'll see him maybe later. We're really glad that you're here, and really glad that you're here. So whether you're here for the first time, be a little bit more. So whether you come seeking connection or inspiration or simply a moment of peace, may you find within this gathering a sense of belonging, and may your spirit be nourished by what you discover here. If you are new and would like to receive our newsletter and other emails, please talk to a member of the welcome team or write us at LCUUF.org. Would any members of the membership and welcome team please stand so we know how to find you? And now we have a special announcement.
Helps to turn it on.
It's a busy week here, if you can't already tell. A very busy week here at LCUUF, and there are actually two distinct programs that you might be interested in. So the first one is that we began our starting point program this week. This is 3 Wednesdays, and it is an exploration of Unitarian Universalist theologies and history, our individual journeys, spiritual or not, and also kind of the journey of the LCUUF congregation, its history and all the other gory details. We meet here for 3 Wednesdays, starting this Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. This is open to newcomers and longtime folks. We've kind of favored newcomers, but we have plenty of space for longtime folks. Just talk with me after the service, and or drop a note. If you're on Zoom, drop a note in chat so we know and we can fold you in. We do have room for you. The other thing is we have a 4-day program on understanding Mexico's political system, which is here on Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9:30 to 12:30 each day. And this is our big social action educational program that we are trying to do each year. And please register if you're interested in coming, just so we know how many folks are going to be here, by going to our website or just sending a message to the email mexicanculture@lcuuf.org. Or you can see Dee Dee, who is here, with her hand up for more information after the service. That's it. Thanks so much.
Revolving doors here, just kind of one another. So as I continue to welcome, whether you're new to our fellowship or a longtime participant, know that you all are welcome here and that we're glad you're here with us. So as is the practice here at LCUUF, if there's anyone who's visiting us here for the first time or has returned or reconnected with us after a long absence, we would really like to know that. So when the mic is ready to be passed, if you're willing, please raise your hand and stand up and introduce yourself with your name and your thought. And at this time, if you are on Zoom, you'll have time to chat away in the chat box.
Anybody? Okay. How about on Zoom? Do we have anybody joining us today?
Good afternoon. We have no one who has written that they are visitors in Zoom.
So maybe I'll do a little tap dance to fill those few moments that we don't use. Well, welcome to all. Not apparently to visitors this time, but welcome to all members, and you're all friends here. So here at LCUUF each week offers something unique, reflections from our minister, Matt Alspa, as well as insights from members of the community, guest speakers, and we warmly invite you to return and journey with us through this ever-unfolding landscape of thought, spirit, and belief. Now it's time to light our chalice. Our chalice lighting words today are by Adius Palmer. We call this light before us in hope that we may always remain a strong community, working together to make the world a better place. When we are grieving or sad, when we are challenged, when we need help, this flame guides us out of the darkness. And when we are cheerful, when we celebrate, when we accomplish a great task, when we return to that place that makes us happy, the chalice reminds us to share our happiness with others. Now, having lit our chalice, let us sing these words together. Our opening words are by W. Barrett Wolf, M.D., from How to Be Happy Though Human. Nearly every human being is looking for happiness, but very few know what happiness is. Nevertheless, if you observe a really happy person, you'll find that person building a boat, writing a symphony, educating his son, growing double dahlias in his garden or looking for a dinosaur egg in the Gobi Desert. He will not be searching for happiness, like the man in the slide, as if a collar stud that is rolled under the dressing table. He will not be striving for it as it's a goal in and of itself, nor will he be seeking it among the nebulous wastes of metaphysics. He will become more aware that he is happiness in the course of living life 24 crowded hours a day. Our opening hymn is Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Each week we come together to lament with, celebrate with, and care for one another in our community. Each week we take time to acknowledge and share what is real in our lives. There's power in sharing as we hold each other in community. So we'll begin in the room to allow those on Zoom to share by chat. So if you have a joy or sorrow or milestone and not too shy to share that, please raise your hand and the mic will be brought to you again. A sentence or two is enough, unless you need 3.
Well, yesterday we returned from Dee Dee's birthday celebration. Across the lake, we stayed in a treehouse for the night.
Our friend Patricia is having heart problems, and she's in Guadalajara right now having a pacemaker installed, so we're hoping for the best for her.
But who cares, right?
My final update on my daughter Wendy and her bar exam trials. She petitioned the Washington State Supreme Court. They responded. They have waived her necessity to take the bar, and she will now be an attorney.
I do have one, just found out this morning. We've got a neighbor here who moved back to Seattle because she had a serious fall, and she's recovering from that and staying with her daughter. And then we just found out that she fell again, and this morning broke her wrist. So healing to people who really need it. And her name is Susan. Thanks. Are there any joys, sorrows?
My greatest joy is that my husband's going to be talking about happiness today. And the other joy that I have is I met 2 wonderful people this morning that I really, really enjoy talking to. And hopefully we'll become good friends.
And I have one, it's not often that I get a chance to step up in joys and sorrows, but my wife's sister had a little dark spot on her thumbnail, which turned out to be melanoma, and she is in a cancer journey right now. We'll probably have her knuckle of her thumb removed on Tuesday. Liz is up in New York City visiting with her right now. So keep her in your thoughts and heart. Pat.
Hi, Priscilla. And we had shared that on May 10th, I developed a very rare version of a shingles manifestation called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which made me walk like a drunk person. And as of 1 week ago, my balance has resumed, my cerebellum is working properly again. It's great to be able to walk in a straight line.
Are there any joys, sorrows, or milestones that were shared on Zoom this afternoon?
Yes, we do have a joy from Devorah. She has a joy that she tested negative finally for COVID, but her energy is still very low, so she's taking care of herself by Zooming in today and resting.
So to acknowledge these significant moments that have been shared, we light a candle to represent the joys, sorrows, and milestones spoken and witnessed today, as well as those we hold in the silent sanctuary of our heart. And we say yes. We pass the baskets during our worship service to make a community expression of the thanks for the blessings of abundance, to visibly bring in the harvest at this most cherished hour of our week. Please know that each of the 6 charitable organizations here at Lakeside receive what we give at these services. For August, we will be highlighting Asociación Pro Mexico. The monitor will give you the description. And as we pass the baskets, if you are new here today or you're struggling to hold things together, please give yourself permission to let the basket pass you, because your presence is more than enough and is a gift to us. The offering will now be given and received in the spirit of grateful fellowship. May these gifts be used in service to our mission as we nurture a community grounded in love and logic, inspire personal spiritual growth, and encourage our lives of integrity, joy, and service. And now, let us welcome David Rosh.
Kermit's been with me for about 50 years, and he reminds me to hang loose. I want to say a special thanks to Christy, who edited my talk, and in doing so went above and beyond. And of course, I'm always grateful to my family, who are my support. I get along with a little help from my friends. Happiness is an inside job. A few weeks ago, a group of 10 people from our fellowship invited me to review this talk. It was an extraordinary honor and a gift to meet this very motivated and inspiring group. Their main recommendation was that I add some personal experiences. My happiness is directly correlated to my recovery from alcohol addiction, which introduced me to an entirely new way of thinking. I was raised in a strict Catholic home, and after 12 years of indoctrination, a boarding high school, a divinity college, and 4 years of theology studies, I became a Roman Catholic priest. My first assignment, one of 4 over 3 years, was regarded by my colleagues as the most desirable and benign placement. The fact of the matter is, it was outrageous. Father McMahon who could have been a contemporary of Jeremiah, greeted me with these words, no hello, nothing else. You are not going to make any changes here. The next day, he told me, you have two very important jobs. At Sunday Mass, you tell the person sitting at the end of the pew, take one raffle book and pass the others to the next person. The secret fodder, you always call me fodder, the secret fodder is to get these chance books in their hands. Oh, and you'll also call bingo on Monday nights. I was shocked. After 20 years of education, this idealistic and on fire with ideas young priest during the Second Vatican Council was reduced to a shill. The third day, the housekeeper took her turn. She told me that Father McMahon, who she always called himself, he's gone 4 days a week at the racetrack. On those days, you need to get out of here. This is a resort town. This is the Pocono Mountains. Go have fun. You're on vacation. My main belief up to then was that pleasure was suspect. I left the priesthood as a very disillusioned young man 3 years later. I lost myself in alcohol. 12 years passed in a blur until mainly the men at AA saved my life. I learned that my needs were legitimate. They were, in fact, a pleasure, which was like heresy to me. Conventional wisdom holds the concept that if we work hard, we will be more successful. And if we are more successful, then we'll be happy. It's about finding the right mate, winning the lottery, losing that 5 pounds. Then happiness will surely follow. However, recent studies in psychology, some of which I will share with you today, suggest that we may have it backwards. These studies argue that happiness precedes our success in our endeavors, not the other way around. Imagine approaching a prospective dance partner with an attitude of, poor little old me, will you dance with me? Because my needs are like tuberculosis. What the other person picks up, of course, is victimhood. When we are positive, our brains become more engaged, creative, motivated, resilient, energetic, and more productive. Over 200 studies of 275,000 men and women found that happiness is the most promising factor in our success, health, work, relationships, social life, even our energy level. Sound interesting? The most famous longitudinal study, that is one that re-examines the same participants over time. The most famous longitudinal study came from an unlikely population. Scientists at the University of Kentucky Medical School from 1990 to 2008 studied the old diaries of a group of 180 Catholic nuns, all born before 1917. As part of their daily discipline, they were required to maintain journals of their lives. Could positive emotions affect how their lives turned out? 5 decades later, the study revealed those who had overtly joyful diary entries lived nearly 10 years longer. By age 85, almost 90% of the happiest quartile were still alive, while 34% of the least happy quartile were long gone. Sean Aker, from whom I gleaned this data, states, clearly the nuns who were happy at age 20 did not feel that way because they had lived longer. Rather, they lived longer and enjoyed superior health as a result of their happiness. Psychologists have long known that negative emotions narrow our thoughts and restrict our actions, and this has served an important evolutionary purpose. In prehistoric times, if one were being pursued or attacked by a wild animal, fear and stress released chemicals into our bloodstream, initiating the fight or flight. So what evolutionary objective would positive emotions have? For centuries, science concluded that happiness merely makes one feel good without further inquiry. Thankfully, in the 20th century, beginning with humanist psychologist Dr. Abraham Maslow, 1908 to 1970, the causal link between happy and healthy is now considered fact. Extensive research has found that positive attitudes and emotions broaden our perspective, widen our vision to a range of possibilities. The mindset makes us more receptive to new ideas. In March of 2026, a study in the academic journal Developmental Science showed that toddlers derived more happiness from sharing toys and treats than having them for themselves. Are you ready for doctors and lollipops? In a 1995 study by Alice Eisen at Cornell University, physicians from age 30 to 70 years were asked to read a lengthy patient chart and make a diagnosis. Group 1 was given candy. Group 2 had none. The goal was to determine speed and accuracy in finding a diagnosis. The happy doctors who were given candy, group 1, made a correct diagnosis much faster and exhibited more creativity. On average, just 20% of the way through the document, they made the correct diagnosis, and twice as fast as the others. It didn't take a cash reward or a promise of advancement or an extra week of vacation to boost their moods enough to make them twice as effective. Just candy. Scientists once thought happiness was almost completely hereditary or genetically determined. Now we recognize that we have far more control over our own emotional well-being than previously believed. While we do have a happiness baseline that fluctuates daily, with consistent effort, we can raise that baseline permanently, so that even as we rise and fall, we are doing so at a higher level. Here are some proven ways to lighten our moods. Of course, happiness is subjective, not the same for everyone, but most of these are tried and true mood lifters.
Number 1, meditate. Take just 5 minutes a day to listen to your breath go in and out. For minutes afterwards, you'll experience feelings of calm and contentment, as well as heightened awareness and empathy, even improved immune function. Number 2, find something to look forward to. One study found that people who simply thought about their next vacation raised their endorphin level by 27%. If you can schedule a vacation or a night out with friends, put it on the calendar anyway. Anticipation produces reward chemicals almost as much as the reward itself. Number 3, commit conscious acts of kindness. Acts of altruism decrease stress and contribute to mental health. Commit 5 acts of deliberate and mindful kindness each week. A friend likes to pay the toll of the person behind him. He says that being able to counter the negative effects of traffic-induced stress is $2, and that's money well spent. Number 4, infuse positive energy, like music, into your environment. One's environment has an enormous impact on mood. 20 minutes in nature heightens positivity and improves our working memory retention. Smart bosses know this. Also, the less negative TV or internet content we absorb, the happier we are. Number 5, physical exercise. Exercise releases pleasure chemicals, endorphins, and that's only one of the many benefits. Even light or low impact exercise boosts mood and improves motivation, reducing stress and anxiety. When you're refreshed, you're in total engagement with your most creative and productive self. Another study examined 3 groups of patients suffering from depression. Now, group 1 was given an antidepressant. Group 2 exercised for 24 minutes 3 times a week. Group 3 did both medication and exercise. After 4 months, all 3 groups reported improvement in their happiness. Exercise alone was as effective as medication. 6 months later, their relapse rate revealed that 38% who only took medication had slipped back into depression. The medication and exercise group had a 31% relapse rate. The group who exercised only had a rate of relapse of 9%. Physical activity is not just an incredibly powerful mood lifter, but a long-lasting one. So walk, bike, run, stretch, play pickleball or jump rope. It doesn't matter as long as you're moving. Number 6, spend money, but not on stuff. Contrary to popular opinion, money can buy happiness, but only if used to do things as opposed to having things. In his book, Luxury Fever, Robert Frank explains that the rush we get from buying material things is frustratingly fleeting. But spending money on experiences, especially with other people, produces positive moods that are both meaningful and long-lasting. Spending money on other people, also known as pro-social spending, also boosts your happiness. In another experiment, 46 students were given $20 to spend. Half were told to spend money on others, like treating a friend to lunch, buying a toy for a younger sibling, or donating to charity. Those who spent on others were happier at the end of the day than those who spent the money on themselves. Try this. To find your spending habits, draw 2 columns on a piece of paper, one for activities, one for material things. Keep track of your expenditures for a month. Then look over each column and think about the amount of pleasure you received from each purchase. You may find that the doing column gave you more pleasure than the having column, so reapportion your spending accordingly. And besides, material things break or wear out, but memories of special times with loved ones last a lifetime.
Number 7, exercise your brain by using a signature strength, talent, or skill. Everyone is good at something. Perhaps you give excellent advice, are great with pets or kids, or you can whip up a mean green salsa. Each time you experience a burst of positivity. If you need a mood lift, revisit a talent you haven't used in a while. Even more fulfilling may be exercising your strength of character, a trait that is deeply embedded in who you are. Studies show that the more we use our talents, the happier we are. In conclusion, as you integrate these happiness exercises into your daily routines, you'll not only start to feel better, but you'll notice your enhanced positivity makes you feel more you. And your efforts to make yourself happy don't just benefit you, but everyone around you. And you become a purveyor of happiness. An old Chinese proverb says, if you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to be happy for a day, go fishing. If you want to be happy for a month, get married. If you want to be happy for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want to be happy for a lifetime, help someone.
Our closing hymn is We Laugh, We Cry. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing happily. Our closing words are called Bring Happiness by Barbara Cheatham. Okay, and now we take our leave. Before we gather here again, may each of us bring happiness into another's life. May we each be surprised by the gifts that surround us. And may each of us be enlivened by constant curiosity. And may we remain together in spirit till the hour we meet again. Let us extinguish our chalice with these words which we read together. We And here's your challenge. Our service is over and our service begins. Go in peace and with a purpose. And I challenge you to stay seated. I challenge you to not clap because you'll very likely want to get up and move and clap along with a very familiar song.